Hey guys, welcome back to my channel JK Artworks. Today we are going to learn an easy simple watercolor technique which is called negative painting. Yes, I'm sure you are going to love it, so hit the like button and let's get started. Negative painting is all about painting outside your object instead of painting it from inside. Using the same technique, we are going to make our painting. Here I have a list of supplies with me: watercolor paper from Canson, 2 bowls of water, one to clean my brushes and one to mix with paint, a mixing palette, and watercolor cakes. Here I am deciding what color to choose for my painting, and I have chosen purple as I thought it would look nice in my painting. So now I'm going to mix all the colors I need for my painting, from the lighter shade to the darker one. So the first shade I would go with pink and then with blue, and then mixing them will make purple. Now start by sketching whatever you want to make. I am making a scene of a city, so I am going to make some buildings over there and paint the negative side, or you can say painting outside of the object. To make my first layer light, I used more water than the pigment. Whenever you use watercolor as your medium, you need more water to make the color lighter and more pigment to make it darker. One more thing about watercolor is that watercolor gets lighter when it dries. So you can also add one more layer if you want afterwards. Give your buildings a nice finish and a proper shape so that they look more realistic. A white plain background was never looking nice to me, so I added a pink color at the bottom and then spread it out with the help of my brush and water. It gave it a very nice gradient effect. A good thing about watercolor is that you can always add water whenever you feel like the color is darker. So there is no chance of damaging your painting with a darker color. After we finish with our first layer, we'll let it dry for a few minutes. Make sure that your layer would dry completely and then only you start working on it. After our first layer dries, let's mix the color for the second layer. I'm going to use a pink and a bit of blue in it, which gives it a nice purple color. I am going to use this darker color for my second layer now. I felt that the second layer was a little lighter, so I added one more layer on top of it. Watercolor gives you an opportunity to lighten or darken your color whatever you like. To lighten a color, you can add more water to it, and if your painting is still wet, you can just remove it with a dry brush or a cotton cloth. The simplest way to darken the color is wait till the painting dries and add one more layer, or you can just add more pigment to the water and repaint it. After we finish our second layer, we'll let it dry for a few minutes. For third layer, start sketching it out. In the same way, paint the negative side of the painting. Till the time our painting dries, let's mix the color for the next layer. Increasing the amount of blue and decreasing the amount of pink will make a perfect shade. Now start sketching the next layer. And then the same way start painting it. Working on the last layer now. Now remove the tape. Sometimes your tape can rip off your paper, so use hot air from a hair dryer on the tape and remove it. This negative painting technique was very easy and very satisfying. So I thought of creating one more design using the same technique. The design is inspired by nature, so let's see how I created.